Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge pendant called the Paralline. So the Paralline pendant is generally used over kitchen islands. You can use it in a lot of different applications, and we'll go over adjustable ranges. And let's say you wanted to use this in a foyer and the 31.9 inches overall height is too long for you. We can do custom lengths, but I'm going to touch on that in a second. Why don't we talk about the height of the fixture body itself, and that's not going to be including these adjustable ranges above in these stems. So the fixture body is 11.9 inches tall and it's 6.1 inches wide, and that's a metal to metal measurement. Glass is slightly smaller. Now let's talk about the adjustable ranges. So if you guys are familiar with Hubbardton Forge has a patent on this whole telescoping system in lighting, and what this has is a little hex nut hiding right here in this. This is the clutch, and then it's going to ship with this little hex wrench. So what happens is you back out that screw a little bit and it's going to loosen. There's a friction sleeve hiding inside of this. So this is going to telescope like an umbrella handle, and then once you get it to where you want it to be, and this is as long or as short as you want it to be, this is just going to be tightened up and it locks it into place just like that. So these are not going to come down on you. So we have three different adjustable ranges for this, and to get there you order the one that's right for you generally after you contact me or call me, so I can walk you through that. And then they put in a different length piece to get you those adjustable ranges. So now we're going to be talking about the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling. Short is 31.9 to 38. Standard is 32.9 to 47.3. Long is 46.9 to 61 inches overall height. If you need short, now we'll talk about those custom lengths. If you need this to be shorter than the short, I can go pretty short. This is 11.9 inches high. I could probably get down to about 14 inches fixed, and maybe 18 to 20 in there for adjustability. When you get into custom fixtures, a little more time, a little more money, non-returnable, the best thing for you to do is just drop me a quick email and say, listen, I like the Paralline pendant, it's 183550. I need this to be like 24 inches long or whatever you guys need. What can you do for me? And then I can go into a database and pull out that information, drop it into an email, and send it off to you. So it's pretty cool. On top of that, this has a knuckle right here that allows this to bend in one direction to make it 45 degrees slope ceiling adaptable. This is your junction box that goes on the ceiling, and you can see it's going to be perfect for that. So if you have a slope ceiling, you're good to go there too, up to 45 degrees. So, and then going back to the custom thing, if you need this to be longer than the long, I can go longer than the 61 inches too, as a custom. This is a 5-inch ceiling canopy. If you guys are in a situation where you're taking out what are called hi-hats, those recessed lights, and let's say you got a 6-inch or something like that, there's a product on the market called the can converter. Check that out. Just Google the can converter. What that does is it converts that can into a junction box, and it's very inexpensive. Doesn't involve ripping out any rewiring or any of your ceiling. It's an awesome thing, and then you'll be able to use any of our fixtures really and not have to go through all that. So why don't we keep going with this, and let's talk about glass. So you're going to have three different types of glass to play with on this. You're going to have opal. It's a white, crisp white glass. It warms up a little bit when the light comes through it, but it's going to be a crisp white to begin with. Pearl is going to be an off-white linen color that has a slight swirly pattern, and it's kind of like a vanilla yogurt when the light is coming through it. So this is like your transitional one. And then stone is after that. Stone, this right here. So we go crisp white, transitional one for like the lemon yogurty one, and then stone is going to be more in line with a kind of a Vermont marble, and has these little black lines and smudges kind of all the way through. It's on the beige side. So this will amber up quite a bit when the light's on. So this is going to be your more rustic one for like an Adirondack house, or maybe an older home or log cabin or something like that. So these are your three different types that you can play with on this. After that, why don't we talk about finishes? So metal finishes, we have a metal finish help guide. It just says finishes help guide. Left hand side of the screen, midway down. Click on that. The video is going to be on the top. It's going to walk you through the differences between translucent finishes and opaque powder coats. When you scroll down a little bit, there's going to be a chart, and the chart is going to have all the finishes this can come in, and the chart is going to have pictures that have the letter A on them or the letter B on them, and that's a range of variance in finishes, well, translucent finishes on heavy forging. That video is going to reference that chart and those letters and those pictures, so it's important that you watch the video and kind of check that out. It's going to give you a kind of a crash course in forging and finishes and all that good stuff. Okay, so that kind of takes care of your glass. Why don't we move into lamping? A very user-friendly piece. It's going to give you a ton of task lighting down because it's open on the bottom of the glass, and it uses this medium base porcelain socket which can accept pretty much any bulb. You're going to be limited to 100 watt for an incandescent bulb. That's because of the heat generated by an incandescent bulb. When you get into LEDs, there's going to be no limit, so you can put in any LED you guys want, provided it can get into that piece of glass, which I think is like 4.1 inches in diameter. Big piece of glass, so you're not going to be able to find a bulb too big to get in there. So LEDs are fine. If you want to put in a dimmer, put in a dimmable LED, and make sure your wall switch over there has a dimmer on it that can work with LEDs, something you can ask your contractor about. So, great fixture for lighting kitchen islands. We have this in our showroom. We have it in pearl and bronze on the first floor. When you come into our showroom, we have 350 Hubbardton forged fixtures spread over 2 different floors. Definitely worth making the trek here. We also have a clearance center. That stuff is 75% off, so you can check that out. You can walk out the door with it. Those are returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. In addition to that showroom, we also have, I was going to say about the showroom, a what's on display page. So on our website, there's a, click on the thing on the left-hand side again, what's on display. That's going to show you everything in the showroom, including the finishes they're in, the glass, the lampshades, all of that good stuff. So you're not kind of flying blind when you come here. You'll know what we have to see. And then on top of that, we have a lot of other things. So let's talk about Rush Program. Rush Program takes you from Hubbardton Forges 3 to 4 weeks out the door in shipping in as little as 2 weeks, provided there's no parts issues. Very inexpensive, especially if you're doing multiples of the same thing. So if you're doing the same kitchen pendant, like 3 or 4 of them, it's very inexpensive, and it gets you out the door in half the time. So just contact me about that. And then when you buy your Hubbardton forged fixtures from Handmade in Vermont, the shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we have 90-day returns and no restocking fees. So it's important for you guys to check out our website, and you'll see that we really do stand behind stuff, as does Hubbardton Forge, because they have a limited lifetime warranty to protect all of us, and it's on the bottom of their website. That's for residential applications. So I think that kind of covers pretty much everything. There's a lot of information here. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. If I missed something, let me know. Our showroom's open every day, like I said, from 11 to 6 except Sunday, and then the phones you can call every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 802-446-2400. You can email us at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. Thanks for stopping in. Let me know if you guys need anything. Take care. Bye-bye.